my neighbor's tree just fell on my house, or my tree just fell on my neighbor's house. Who's responsible? Whose insurance company is going to pay? My name is Mark Russell. That is my company. That's when I used to have a little bit more hair. Anyway, been in the tree business since 1997, done over 1,000 claims. If you happen to be within a 3-hour radius of Atlanta and have a big fat tree on your house, I'm here to help. And on top of that, if you're at any named storm, hurricane, we're probably right next to you anyway. So we'd love to help you with that also. And if you have a tree and you want to just send me some photos, and if I can help you, text them over to 678-960-8498. Let's get to responsibilities with neighbors. So here it is. Basically, in general, each state's different, but in general, when you have a property line, if the tree is alive and it crosses the property line and impacts your property, then typically speaking, you're going to have to file a claim with your, either way, I think you file a claim with your insurance company, but really what we're dealing with is insurance companies dealing with each other. So if the tree is alive and it falls, typically speaking, insurance company is going to deem that as an act of God, and they're going to say, you know, who could have known? It's your claim. That's if your neighbor has a live tree that's fallen on your property. Now, if your neighbor has a dead tree that's deferred maintenance, and you've notified them and have proof of that notification, then the tree falls and hits your property. At that point, probably you're going to have to file a claim anyway. And I'm not an insurance specialist. I'm not an agent, even though I used to be in Colorado, as weird as that, and a stockbroker. How weird. But now I like doing the big, beefy work. I hated pushing paper. It drove me crazy. Sorry, side note. Dead tree from your neighbor hit your property, and you have documentation, that's typically considered deferred maintenance. And in that case, your insurance company, you give them that paperwork, and they are going to probably go to the other insurance company and say, hey, look, you guys need to cover this, and it probably won't go against you as far as numbers of claims. That's about the extent that I can tell you. And then lastly, as far as putting people on notice, at least in Roswell, Georgia, I talked to the city arborist there the other day, typically you can't force someone to take down a tree, albeit in Colorado Springs, the city arborist was allowed to go onto anybody's property, which I thought that was kind of weird, and inspect trees. And I think they could even force people to take down trees over there. So each jurisdiction is going to be a little bit different. On average, if your neighbor has a dangerous situation, typically you send them a certified letter, but contact your local jurisdiction or, of course, attorneys. And, of course, read your policy. But these are just averages after 1,000 claims, and we'll leave it there at 30 minutes. Beyond that, let's see. What else are we going to? Oh, let's see. We'll have later questions. I'm going to give you some closing thoughts on the next video. All right, guys, we'll go to the last video. I'm sure I'm going to add some after that when I think about them, but that's it for right now.